What?
Question paper discussion.
That's all. What
Yes,
was the
ma'am.
topic which I taught you? The last topic which I taught you.
SPAC.
Yes, pack
Pack of
concept. Yes, pack concept. So you remember what is pack concept, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today we will start with absorption of water. Before starting the topic, I want to know how the water is absorbed in plants.
By the help of roots, ma'am.
Roots. Okay. What is the structure? I mean the roots. How the structure of roots are present when you pull out a plant. So, like roots, how they look like?
They are branched,
Thread-like
ma'am.
structure.
They are branched. Okay. You say from the region where the stem starts, they are branching. Full it is. I mean, fully branched. Please remember taproot, not the fibrous root.
root. There will be a primary shoot and secondary root.
Yes, you will see one long which is growing down, that is a primary root, and after that, from that you will find the secondary roots. From the secondary roots you will find the tertiary roots or the root hairs. So these root hairs will help in absorption of water. Got it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so roots are very essential. Do you think or not?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Roots conduct only water?
Minerals, nutrition.
Yes, they also conduct minerals. Okay, so roots are very essential for the plants. And at the end of absorption of water, I'm going to ask you a question. Like, uh, there are some structures other than roots which help in absorption of water. What are those structures? Some
Root
of the
hairs.
structures you have studied. What?
Root hairs.
Root hairs are also the structure of root. Just now I said they are the extensions of the sorry, they are the tertiary roots. Okay, let us see. I think you will remember by the end of the chapter. Okay, so let us start the chapter, absorption of water. So large amount of water is continuously absorbed from the soil and translocated to the plants, and all absorption of water is by the root system. Okay, so the young roots will take place in absorption. Okay, their function is for absorption of the water, and this zone where the absorption of water takes place is called as root hair zone. Okay, and these root hairs are nothing but the extension of outer walls of the epidermal cells of roots, and they are developed in the region of cell maturation in the roots. Okay, and these root hairs are unicellular structures, and the cell wall of the root hair will enclose a thin layer of cytoplasm. It will have a central nucleus, and the nucleus is present along the wall, and this cell wall is made up of, what are the substances made up of? Girls, I have not shared the screen.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Should tell me, right? Okay, what are the, I mean, tell me, what are the substances these cell walls are made up of? Yes, tell me. What substances these cell walls are made up of?
Cellulose, pectin.
Yes, the substances, the cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin. Okay, just I wanted to hide, let me know like whether you know or not. See, these pectin substances are present towards the outside of root hair wall, which will help in fixing the root hair to the soil. And this cellulose is present towards the inside of cell wall. Got it, girls? The structure of root hair. The root hairs are unicellular structures. The cell wall of root hair consists of thin layer of cytoplasm. It has central vacuole. Nucleus is present along the wall. Pectin substance are present towards the outside of root hair wall, which help in fixing the root hair to the soil, and cellulose is present inside the cell wall. Got it, girls? This much have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
And majority of plants absorb water from soil, and the chief source of soil water is what? Rainfall. If you are growing the plant, you will water it. But think of the plants in the forest or anywhere where you don't care about it. Here in the house, you will care. You will give water. You will provide fertilizers. So the chief source of, in general, the chief source of water for plant is rainfall. So depending upon the availability of this soil water, they are categorized into gravitational water, capillary water, hygroscopic water, chemically combined water, and runaway water. Let us see what these different kinds of waters are. Okay. First one is gravitational water. So this water is present. Think rain is there is a rainfall, and the water is just coming, and the water which comes will penetrate into the deep strata of soil. We will what you called as table water. So that water is nothing but the gravitational water, the water which enters deep strata of soil under the influence of gravity. That water is a gravitational water, and the roots cannot absorb this water. So it is beyond the reach of root hairs. Okay. Next is the capillary water. This is the water which is present in the capillary spaces in the soil. Okay. And the next water is the hygroscopic water. It is present in the form of thin film fibers around the soil particles. Okay, the third type. The fourth is chemically combined water. This is the water which is formed in the hydrated oxides of silicon and aluminum, and this water also cannot be absorbed by plants. Next one is runaway water. As the name suggests, you can imagine that when rainwater comes, the water also runs. The excess water will be flowing. So the rainwater that flows down the surface of soil is called as the runaway water, and this water also cannot be absorbed by plants. Now, which water the root hairs can absorb?
Capillary water.
Capillary water.
It is not capital, it is capillary. Okay, capillary force. Okay, that you have to remember. The root hairs can absorb only capillary water. That also I have put in the slide. And very little amount of hygroscopic water can be absorbed. That too when capillary water is not available. Okay, got it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we go to the next slide? Now,
Yes,
root structure. Coming to the root structure. Now, tell me, I've told you the roots. You know how the roots are. Okay, what are the different regions of the root? What will a root have?
Kind of elongation.
Yes, it has a root cap.
Elongation, region of elongation.
Yes, tell me. Yes, girls. Can you hear me, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the different regions in the root? Yes, you are telling right, but your voice is not audible to me.
Ma'am, region
Yes,
of
okay.
root cap.
Yes. What?
Region of root cap.
Okay, it has got root cap.
Region of meristematic activity.
Yes. After
Region
that,
of elongation.
Elongation. Region root hairs.
how did
Region
you
of
get all these
maturation.
things? How did you get all these things?
You said
Ma'am,
one
we
region,
adding
right,
PU,
ma'am?
ma'am.
Starting only cell of maturation, region of maturation.
Even we add in PU, ma'am.
Yeah, but okay, good girls. You hope you remember, you have recollected all the things. Okay, I was wondering how you got all these terminologies. Good, very good. So these are the regions present in the root structures. Good, you have recollected whatever you have studied in your +2. Very good, girls. Okay, so the root structure, as you have told, the roots will absorb water from the soil and transfer to the stem and leaves and other parts of the plant. So there are many structural features which in the root, which helps the root in penetrating to the soil and helps in absorption of water and minerals. See, you must have seen, though the soil is rocky, okay, the plants will grow rocky, in the sense, if you find many stone like structures in the soil, the plants are able to grow. Why? That is because of the presence of root cap. So this will help in protecting the root. Okay, so what is meristematic zone?
Continuous cell division takes place.
Cell divides actively, ma'am.
So what are the other regions of meristematic zone in plant?
Apical, ma'am.
Shoot tip.
Tip of the
Yes,
stem.
very good. The shoot tip of the shoots, wherever the growing cells are there, wherever the dividing cells are there, there the meristematic, tissues are present. Okay, example is the tip of root and shoot. Okay, so this meristematic zone is contains of actively dividing cells. Okay, after this meristematic zone, what is the region? Is the region of cell elongation, where cell gets elongated. Okay, now let me ask you the question. If a root tip for mitosis, if a root tip is given, which part you will take cut for seeing the different stages of mitosis? Did you get my question? I'll repeat.
Of the root.
Yes.
Tip, ma'am. Tip of the root, ma'am.
Yeah, which part? Now you have got root cap, cell elongation, region of cell elongation, region of meristematic activity. Which part you will observe?
Meristematic. Meristematic.
Yes, meristematic zone. So you will only cut a very few, which is very less millimeters of the tip, okay, where the meristematic activity is taking place. You will not cut the entire, centimeter of the root tip or so. You are cutting only few millimeters, right? So you have done it in your PU,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Onion
Yeah.
root tips.
What? Root tips, yeah.
Onion, ma'am.
Yeah, onion root tips, whatever it might be. So you will take only few millimeters of the root tip. First will be the root cap. After that, you will have the meristematic region, where the actively dividing cells will be there. And if you squash the root tip, you will see the different stages of mitosis. Okay, so that is the somatic cell division. Next, after it, this is the root, structure of root. You can see the root cap, meristematic region, zone of elongation, zone of maturation, and this is the root hair zone. These are the root hairs. Here they have not distinguished between the secondary and tertiary roots. So okay, they had to review. I mean, after secondary roots, the tertiary roots will come, which are the root hairs. Okay. Next, in the region of cell maturation, we have talked about meristematic zone and cell elongation zone. Now we are speaking about the region of cell maturation, where the cells mature. And you just tell me, if you look into the section of a root, what are the different what are the different types of cells you have come across? Think you are taking a section here. Okay, many of the sections you have seen, right? Like last semester, what are the gymnosperms form you have studied? Think of the structure of the root, any section of the root, or any dicot plant structure. Tell me, what are the different regions you come across?
Epidermis.
Epidermis, yes, then?
Cortex and steel.
Yes,
Phloem.
cortex, then?
Steel.
Yes, these are the three different regions which is you find in region of maturation zone or cell maturation. Okay, so the outer wall is made up of epidermal cells and they lack cuticle, and these cells are involved in active absorption by increasing the root surface area. You can see in this diagram the root surface area, where as you come up, the root surface area is increasing here, right? Okay, and it helps in getting contact with the soil particles. 85 to 90% of water is absorbed through root hairs. Okay, next, how the entry of water from the soil to the xylem of the root takes place. Now we know the different structures involved in in the cell of maturation. Like that, you also think how it will move. If the water is moving from the soil into the root hair, how it is moving? By osmosis, because the water potential of the cell sap in the root hairs is less than the soil solution. So due to osmosis, why osmosis occurring? Because water potential in the cell sap of root hair will be less when compared to the soil solution. So due the osmosis will occur, and the soil will move to the root hair, and this root hair the water which is there in the root hair will move to the cortex cells. Okay, epidermis through the and to the cortex. The epidermis from the epidermis to the cortex and to the endodermis. Here some of the endodermal cells will be suberized, they have thickenings, but these cells which do not have thickening, through that only they will pass. Okay, and from the endodermis to the pericycle and to the xylem vessel. Why not to the phloem vessel?
Because that is
Xylem is
food
water
conducting.
Conducting tissue.
Yes, xylem is water conducting tissue, so it will move to the xylem. Okay, so as I've told you, those endodermal cells which lack suberized deposition, only through them they will enter the pericycle and then to the xylem vessels. These xylem vessels will conduct water from the roots and connect to different parts of the plant by xylem tissue. Okay, got it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now I told you absorption of water is taking place by soil through xylem and through through xylem of the root. Everything is done. Now what is the mechanism? How the absorption of water is taking place? For that there are two mechanisms. Okay. According to Kermer and Thyman. Thyman is also a person who was involved in this. Wait, just a minute. He is missing here. okay, who found out this two types of absorption. One is active absorption, the other one is passive absorption. Active absorption is absorption of water which is depend upon the activities taking place in the root and the shoot and does not play any role in absorption of water. So there are two types of active absorption. Okay, it depending on the activities, the water is getting absorbed. Okay, most of the water molecules will not be absorbed by active absorption. Okay, depending on absorption, again active absorption, there are two types. One is active osmotic absorption, the other one is active non-osmotic absorption. Okay, in active osmotic absorption, forces responsible for active absorption will originate in the root system. Okay, and only 20% of total water will be absorbed by active osmotic absorption, and the absorption is by simple osmosis and they do not require any metabolic energy. What do you mean by any metabolic energy?
ATP, ma'am.
Yes, ATPs. Here no ATPs are involved in this active osmotic absorption. So movement of water into the root system is due to higher solute concentration in the xylem sap moving into the vessel than in the soil solution. So active osmotic absorption, due to which only 20% of it is due to the forces which are acting in the root system, and only 20% of total water absorption takes place, and this is by simple osmosis, and they don't require any metabolic energy, and the movement of water in the root system is due to higher solute concentration in xylem sap, which will move into the vessels than in the soil solution. Okay, when you compare, the solute concentration in the xylem will be more, so as a result the water will be absorbed. You can see here the water from the water from the soil, how it is getting absorbed. Okay, next, the other type of active absorption is active non-osmotic absorption of water. You can remember easily, is through osmosis, simple osmosis. Absorption of water by simple osmosis is active osmotic absorption. Next is active non-osmotic absorption. Here the water absorption of water takes place against concentration gradient with the expenditure of metabolic energy. Here ATPs are involved. Okay, the movement of water into the root system is form of a concentrated soil solution to a less concentrated solution in the xylem. There, what was the thing in active osmotic concentration? Yes, tell me, girls. In the xylem sap, what was more? The solute concentration. The solute concentration in the xylem sap was more. So water was absorbed. But here in the non-osmotic absorption, it is the concentrated soil solution which is making the water molecules move. Okay, and they have got a special protein channels called aquaporins, which through which the water get absorbed. This is present in the cell membrane of root epidermis. Got it, girls? And the 2 more question will be asked. What is aquaporins? Can you hear me, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are aquaporins? If it is asked, then you have to tell aquaporins are integral membrane proteins which form water selective channels in cell membranes and facilitate the movement of water across the membranes in the plant cell. Okay, and these channels
ma'am.
are, okay, I will tell you. Integral membrane proteins, which form water selective channels in cell membranes and facilitate faster movement of water across the membranes into the plant cell, full stop. These channels are called as aquaporins. Got it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see the water molecules from outside the cell, how they are moving inside the cell. So these will require metabolic expenditure of metabolic energy. These requires the ATPs. Now, what is the next type of water absorption?
Passive.
Yes, passive type of water absorption. Here in passive type, there are 90% of water absorption takes place by passive absorption, and here root doesn't play an active role in okay, and here root acts as just a absorptive surface. Okay, and here the shoot is playing a very important role in passive absorption. That is how, if you remember the SPAC concept. What is SPAC concept? Yes, girls, can you hear me?
Soil, plant, atmosphere, continuum.
So how it is taking place? How the continuum actually starts?
Water moving from
How the continuum starts? Where it starts, the continuum?
From the soil to the root.
No, you not got. See, I have explained how the continuum is taking place. Where it takes place?
from the soil, ma'am.
From the root? Are you
Soil
sure?
and water.
Shoot,
From the root? Are you sure? Again and again I am asking you.
stem, shoot.
Through the stem?
Yes, ma'am, to the leaves, ma'am.
From soil it came to stem, then it came to leaves. So now tell me how it actually, the SPAC concept, from which part it will start? Yes, tell me, girls.
From soil, ma'am.
Soil, ma'am.
How from the soil? Just explain.
Ma'am, the movement of water from soil to the plant and to the atmosphere along the interconnected film of liquid water.
That is the definition of SPAC, what you are telling. I am telling you, I had explained how this SPAC is happening. How it is happening?
Transpiration, no?
Can you explain?
Ma'am, water gets evaporated to transpiration, ma'am. That implies the force on the shoot, that on the root. So hence the root absorbs the water
Yeah,
and
you're
the process happens.
yeah, you're right, but you're not getting the point. Okay, I'll tell you. Due to the higher water potential and lesser water potential in the atmosphere, what happens? The water gets transpired. Okay, please read the points which you have made. Okay, in the last class. This is how the SPAC concept starts. I have explained after the definition. I have explained you this. Okay, then after water getting transpired, that space will be empty, right? Water has got transferred in that place, it will be empty, so water has to be
Yes, ma'am.
replaced there. Is it not, or is it right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so some
Yes, ma'am.
suction force will act so that the water is pulled up to that leaf surface. Did you recollect?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you recollect, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the same way here also, the water in the xylem vessels and tracheids will throw a negative tension. Okay, so the suction force or the transpiration pull will be created at the top of the column of water, and this tension is transmitted right up to the absorption surface of the root, and it will draw the water into the root from the soil. The same thing. Okay, if you understood this, if you have understood the SPAC concept, passive absorption is also very easy. Here the suction force or the transpiration pull is responsible for the drawing the water from the root, drawing water from the root, from the soil to into the root. Okay. So water potential in the root, what is happening is water potential in the roots will become less when compared to the soil, and water will enter into the root, and transpiration pull will play a major role in absorption of water in the soil. So passive absorption of water is the main source of water absorption in the plants. Have you understood, girls? How the shoot is playing a very important role in transpiration, sorry, in passive absorption? Because the leaves, because of the leaves, transpiration taking place in the leaves. Did you get it, girls, or should I explain again the passive absorption?
Understood, ma'am.
Have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me the difference between active and passive absorption.
Active absorption uses metabolic and the ATP. Passive absorption uses ATP.
Don't tell it as ATP. Expenditure of metabolic energy is taking place in
Passive, more amount of absorption is 90%, whereas here is 20 in active.
okay, okay.
This is due to transpiration pull or suction pressure. Here
Yes.
it is due to the solute concentration in the system.
You can say active, no? So you can say by osmotic and non-osmotic mechanisms. Okay. Here by active transpiration. Okay, then.
There are aquaporins are taking help in the help in the movement of water. The channel produced by them. There is no such channels here, ma'am.
Okay.
In active transport,
Where is
root
active absorption
plays
taking
major
place?
role.
Yes, yes.
In root map.
Roots.
Okay, roots and root hairs, the active absorption takes place. Whereas in passive absorption,
Shoot.
Leaves and shoots.
yeah, it is mainly by the activity of the shoot. Okay, where in the leaves. Okay, all the points are covered. Occurs by the activity of roots and root hairs, occurs mainly by the activity of the shoot, and here water is absorbed by osmotic and non-osmotic mechanism. Here it is due to active transpiration, and osmotic process is involved, which involves water potential gradient, and non-osmotic process will involve expenditure of metabolic energy. Here involves transpiration pull, which is generated in the leaves, and maintenance of continuous water column from the roots to shoot tip. That is nothing but this pack concept like thing. Okay, and again it accounts 2% of, it is 20% of water absorption, or it accounts for 98% of water absorption. Okay, got it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is the factors affecting the rate of water absorption. Before going to that, I would like to take attendance and then continue. Akhila, absent. Anjali,
Present, ma'am.
Anuradha, Anuradha, absent.
She's not there, ma'am.
Bhanupriya,
Present, ma'am.
Bhavani, please, this online class is going on. Please don't tell us we have network issues. Okay, please do attend class. Please get it rectified. Please see whether a place is there where you don't get the network issues. Sit there and listen. Bhavya KS, Bhavya is there.
No, ma'am.
Bhumika,
No, ma'am.
Jayalakshmi, Chaitanya S, Chaitanya S,
Not there, ma'am.
Dikshita,
Present, ma'am.
Dikshita.
Present, ma'am.
Both the Dikshitas are present. Deepika C,
Present, ma'am.
Dimple,
Present, ma'am.
Divya K,
Present, ma'am.
KM,
Present, ma'am.
Jayashree,
Present, ma'am.
Kirtana, Kirtana MS,
Present, ma'am.
Kirtana G, absent.
Yes, ma'am.
Kiran,
Present, ma'am.
Likita.
Present, ma'am.
Last 3 classes you were absent. Madhushri N,
Present, ma'am.
Manasa,
Present, ma'am.
Meghna,
Present, ma'am.
Maunika,
Present, ma'am.
Navya,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja BK,
Present, ma'am.
KS,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Rakshita,
Present, ma'am.
Ranjita,
Present, ma'am.
Ranjita N.
Present, ma'am.
Sahitya.
Present, ma'am.
Sajina.
Present, ma'am.
Sangeeta.
Present, ma'am.
Sarah.
Present, ma'am.
Sarah is absent.
Present, ma'am.
Shweta. Shweta.
Present, ma'am.
Shweta Y.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, another Shweta.
Yes.
Shweta is present, ma'am. Second Shweta, ma'am. 118.
Shweta Y, Shweta Setu, Shweta S. Three Shwetas are
Present, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Trisha,
Present, ma'am.
Christy,
Present, ma'am.
Suchitra,
Present, ma'am.
Suguna,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita,
Present, ma'am.
Swati, Varshini,
Present, ma'am.
Varshita, Varshita is absent. So Varshita, Swati, Sara,
Ma'am, Sarah present.
Okay. Why didn't you unmute yourself, Sarah?
Ma'am, I have unmuted, ma'am. But
Your voice is not audible. Okay, then Kirtana G. Then Bhumika, Bhavya KS, Anuradha, and Akhila.
Ma'am, Bhumika present, ma'am.
Where were you, Bhumika, when I called out?
Ma'am, I was disconnected, ma'am.
This reason you have every time, yeah. Not only you, many of your friends will do that. Okay. Bhavya KS, absent.
She is absent, ma'am.
Anuradha? Okay, and Akhila. These are the absentees, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, girls. So what are the factors? Let us discuss now. What are the factors which are affecting the rate of water absorption? What will be the factors?
Less availability of the water.
Okay, availability of water.
Soil.
Then,
Soil temperature.
did you see the slides?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then.
No, ma'am.
Temperature. Okay, then.
Transpiration.
Yeah, humidity. Okay, then.
Damage of fruit tips.
No. Root cap is present, no? Then,
Ma'am, that won't get damaged, ma'am.
see, that is the protective structure for the root. If it is getting damaged also, it will be replaced. Okay. So, I mean, if the primary root is cut, then you have, wait, I'll tell you. Have you seen bonsai? How it is made?
Yes, ma'am. Trimming, ma'am. Lot of.
Yeah, then how will the plant die?
No, ma'am.
Then,
Ma'am.
yes. So Then what will be the other factors? Tell me.
Soil concentration, ma'am.
Soil concentration. Okay. Soil concentration in the sense? What will be the concentration of soil?
Moisture content, ma'am.
Okay. You had soil types in the last semester, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Each soil is the same.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You have studied different types of soil. What are the different types of soil? Yes, Maunika, tell me, what are the different types of soil? Maunika, can you hear me? I'll mark absent if you don't answer. Maunika.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, what are the different types of soil?
Ma'am, sandy soil
Yeah.
and clay soil,
Then?
loam soil,
Hmm.
and
Since your name is Maunika, you need not be silent. You can answer. Okay. I want everyone to interact and I want everyone to answer. Okay. Just like that, I called
sure,
you.
ma'am.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Then Navya, tell me, what are the different types of soil depending on what it has been classified as different types of soil? Navya? Can you hear me, Navya? Those who don't answer, I'll mark absent. Why you can't unmute yourself? Yes, tell me, girls, how you will classify this soil types?
Based on the minerals
On
present in them.
formation and
Based on the
percolation of water.
chemicals of person, ma'am.
Arrangement of soil.
Based on the water holding capacity, based on the, yes, based on the,
Porous
tell me,
formation.
porosity, yes, porosity. Yes, all these things play a very important role. So, aeration here in aeration of soil also plays an important role. So, many other factors which play a very important role in water absorption. What do you think? Soil should be well aerated or poorly aerated? So next class, you should tell me which soil will be good, which soil has good aeration. Okay. So I think it is 10:45. We will continue with the factors affecting the rate of water absorption in